Glory be to God. It's November 15th, 2023. I wanted to put this video out before you continue to watch the video that you're watching right now. The videos that you're about to witness is past videos that I'm just now releasing to everyone. This was part of my purpose, part of God's will, to expose the enemy, because that's what the Bible tells us to do, to expose the enemy. This is a learning video. The videos that I put out is not to disrespect my wife. It's not to embarrass her, because I love my wife. I'm in love with my wife. I've been through this journey of spiritual warfare for a reason. And I hope everybody looks at these videos with a spiritual eye and a spiritual mind. And if you don't know the Word of God, get into it, read it, have a better understanding, and then come back and look at these videos. My videos, they all will have dates on the videos, so you can watch them in order. It's a reason why you have to watch them in order. You're going to see me grow in these videos. You're going to see how God maneuvered and changed things in my life in these videos. These videos is for everybody out there that may be going through the same thing I'm going through, but don't have no answers. Well, in these videos, I'm going to show you what spiritual warfare looks like. I'm going to show you how to fight and know that the strategies of the enemy, like the Bible tells us, why they do what they do. Trust me, I searched all over YouTube for the last 8 years, and I haven't came across nobody that's really had video evidence of demonic demons controlling people that they love, or somebody explaining through their experience on live of what just took place and why it's happening. I need y'all to go back and watch my testimony series so you can have a better understanding of who I am, and watch these videos in order. I will put the dates on them, and my thumbnails will be color coordinated for the years from the time I started until today, and what changed and how did it change, because it's different type of demons that control, and they all do something different, and I'm gonna break every single one of them down on how they do and what you have to do to fight it based off God's word. I thank y'all. I love y'all. And just know I did this for y'all. I did this for y'all. I love y'all. I don't even know y'all, but I love y'all. I love it. I love each and every one of y'all, because this was bigger than me. It was bigger than me. It was bigger than my wife. It was for y'all. This is what God wanted me to do. Enjoy the video. Glory be to God. It is September 30th, 2025. I'm making this video because the enemy is at war with me at this moment. But it's at work. It ain't even it's not with my wife. But I done made videos about this. The enemy using co-workers to attack me. And every time a co-worker attacked me, I never got in no trouble. And it's always accusations. It's an accusation on I did this or I said this, but these accusations is I'm being aggressive, I'm talking loud at them, I'm not saying anything disrespectful, but I'm shouting at them. And this is all false. There's no truth to it, but this is what the enemy does. This is how I know it's spiritual, because he uses the same type of tactics, the same fights of you don't know how to talk to people, you're aggressive, you're talking crazy. And when I tell y'all what took place, there was no reason for me to be attacking these people and being accused of doing things that I did not do. So I work express at the post office. We got a small little room. You know, I ain't gonna say small, but we got our own section in a room that's about 75 yards, about 50 yards long, right? And we have, now this is an old building, so the wires, the electric wires in the walls are pretty much old, I'm pretty sure. But we got about 4 fans, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 fans on the left side of the building, on the wall. We got computers set up on the left side of the wall where we do our scanning and pretty much our scanning and creating labels, computer, that type of stuff on the left side of the wall. On the right, on the back wall, we got 1 other fan. On the right side of the wall, we don't have nothing occupying over there. Now, when I first started working a Tour 3 Express, because I worked back there for about 3.5 years now. Before then, I worked in the windows. Before then, I did Tour 1 Express for about 2 years. So when I came to Tour 3, the man that worked there for about 27 years told me we can't put too much electricity going in the outlets on the right side of the wall, because it will cut everything, it'll cut the power off, because all the circuits go into one box. So you can't have that much power running at a time. So it was the last couple weeks, you will attempt to use the microwave and it will cut out all the power. So we'll go to the breaker box and we'll, you know, reset it, power come back on. But it happened a couple weeks later, and then it happened yesterday. Now, why is the power going out? What changed? Well, we had a new girl that I've been working with for about 1.5 years. And it's another woman that I've been working with for about 3 years. Now, hold on one second. Now, working with these 2 women, and one is older, one is in her 60s, early 60s, the other one is in her early 50s. I'm 46. Working with these women, it was never no problem. We'll buy each other lunch, Christmas exchange. It was like family. It was like family. It was, you know, if we had any type of problems, we'll keep it in-house, you know, but we never really had any problems. Now, the new girl, she's a little bossy. She's an alpha, but it never bothered me because I'm an alpha. And during the summertime, we have a water cooler, right? A water cooler fan. And we would plug that up on the right side of the room, because we couldn't plug it up. If we plugged it up on the left side, it would shut everything down with the fans and everything going. So we had to plug it up on the right side of the room. No problems. Then the new girl found like an industrial fan inside the building. She'll plug that up and put it directly on her all the time. Big old fan, big old stand-up fan, industrial size. Not like it's not made for the house. It's made for warehouses, buildings, you know. And then she bought 2 house fans, floor fans, and she put them in the corner where she will rest at during downtime, and in another corner when we had to start scanning. Now, the reason why I break this down is once she had got those fans and she's running those fans, is bringing more, there's more outlets being used, which is more electricity in that room. And that's one of the reasons why the power in the room will cut out. Now, I never once told her that she couldn't have the fans or it's her fault, because what happened, the wires in the breaker was starting to melt, and technically it could have been a fire. Now, they told us the reason why this happened is because of the microwave. Now, we've been having this same small old microwave for about 6 years back there. Since I started working Express, we've been having the same microwave. It's never, we run the microwave, we run the fans, we use the microwave, when we use it, it's never shut off the power. So it wasn't the microwave. What was added was these extra fans. So when the maintenance came in and they rewired everything, and, you know, they told management said we couldn't use the microwave. Not one time did I tell this woman, it's your fault that we don't have a microwave. It's your fault why the power is going out. Never once. I never once said this to her. But when I was told by the maintenance why the power went out, and he showed me pictures, when I went to go relay the message to her, this is when the enemy started using her, because the enemy was using her just a week and a half ago. I don't know if I even made a video, because she didn't like the fact that I say hey to her, but I call her name by her name 98% of the time. And if I say hey, it's to address something to, I think I did make a video. It's to address something to her. I sent her the definition of hey, H-E-Y, is to get somebody's attention. I said it's never been about me using it as disrespect. I don't call you hey, I call you by your name 98% of the time. But if I said, hey, this bag don't have a label on it, I'm just trying to get your attention. You know, it's nothing serious. And I don't even use hey to her. Majority of the time, I call her by her name. This was about 2 weeks ago, right? She didn't want to listen. She made it seem like I'm being disrespectful. I knew it was a spiritual, because I'm like, We ain't never had no problems, and I probably done said, hey, for the last year and a half, and I'm not using it every day. I'm not using it once. I'm calling you by your name. And I told her, I'm not using it to disrespect you. It's to get your attention, period. Now, the woman is Asian, and I'm not going to say that she don't understand the English language, because she been living out here her whole life. But if somebody's telling you, I'm not calling you by this name to disrespect you, and then they say, I'm going to show you the definition is to get your attention, and that's what I'm using it for, then that's what it was. But it raised up my antennas, and I said to myself, okay, this is an enemy attack. Me and this girl been good. Now all of a sudden, she has a problem with me. Like every other coworker that I was once cool with, and then the enemy would use them, and now they have a problem with me without having no truth to back up what I actually done did. Something this minor with the hey should not be, oh, I don't want to deal with Rashad no more. Like I said, we done exchanged. I done bought her gifts. I done did favors from her. You know, if I went to Sam's Club, I would buy her grapes. She'll pay me back. Like, it was all types of stuff. We had a good relationship. We had a group text. You see what I'm saying? All three of us. Never had a problem. But in the last month and a half, sorry, I had to continue. My space is starting to get full. So I'll try to speed this up. So with this girl that I've been working with for about a year and a half, I started seeing that the enemy's using her. And it feels like God is just trying to show me who's with me, who's against me, because another coworker that comes back there, it's not his assign, but he came back there and he told me last week how this girl be talking about me. Like, why you invite him over to your house? Because he invited me over to his house for the fight, the Crawford fight. And I made a video about him once before because he snapped off at me, and I didn't understand why when we was always cool. Like, he was somebody that I really enjoyed talking to. His spirit was always good. Now, he does follow the word, and I'm going to get to that, you know, what took place with him and what took place today, because it's been a wild day. So when the maintenance tell me what took place, I'm trying to talk to this woman, and she's in defense mode. She's in defense mode, and she's yelling, and she's talking over me, and I haven't even really got to tell her, look, you're gonna have to, because what I wanted to tell her was the reason they think that the reason why the power's been going out is because of the microwave. We've been having the same microwave, having these same fans forever. It ain't the microwave. It ain't the toaster oven. The toaster oven is not even plugged up. The reason why these fans is going, the power is going out is because we got more power running in this building than what we had prior. Boy, chew with the fan, with both fans in the corner and the big old work fan. Okay? So, okay, I had to delete some YouTube videos that I had downloaded. So hopefully it'll give me enough time to finish this video out. So I'm telling the maintenance man gives me the explanation, and he shows me the photos of the wires being burnt. And, you know, they tell me about the microwave. In the back of my mind, I'm saying to myself, it really don't got nothing to do with the microwave, but I'm not going to tell him because I'm not going to rat her out and say it has to do with these fans, right? They already told us that we can't have the microwave back there and we got to remove the microwave. So, you know, I don't know whose microwave it was, but hey, it is what it is. I know it's the fans because we ain't never had a problem with the power cutting out, with the fans on the wall and the microwave being there. Not one time since I've been working back there for about 6 years. It's not until more power started going into that box from both fans and the industrial fan. Now, when I'm trying to explain this to her, she goes into defense mode. She's not, the Bible tells us quick to listen, so slow to speak, slow to get angry. She's doing the opposite, right? She's not allowing me to speak. She's not allowing me to talk. Let me pause this real quick. I got to do something, and then I'm going to return. Okay, so I'm back. So I'm trying to explain to this woman that this is the reason from what the maintenance told me. And before I can even tell her what's the reasoning, she goes in defense mode and she starts saying it's the fans all on the left, the fans on the left side of the room, and I'm like, she's not allowing me to talk. And then she puts both her fingers. This woman is 52 years old. She puts both her fingers in her ears like she is 6 years old and starts saying, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Now, I didn't even get to say, look, when you're not using the fans, just turn them off. There's no reason for you to run these fans if they're not being occupied. That's all you have to do. But I never got to say that. So now, when she puts her fingers in her ears, and since we've been knowing each other for like a year and a half, and we're buying each other gifts and buying each other lunch, and we're cool and we're joking around, and I tell her, why are you acting childish? I'm just trying to talk to her. First thing I said is, why are you yelling at me? Now, I didn't say that to her, yelling back at her. I said, why are you yelling at me? Once I said, why are you yelling at me? She puts both her fingers in her ear and she says, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. And yeah. And then I said, why are you acting childish? That's all I said. This woman, I come into work. She writes a statement and gives it to the supervisor saying that I'm talking loud at her and I'm screaming at her, even though we had a witness right next to me. Now, I'm going to get into that also. Man, I got to clean out some room. But I'm going to continue to talk until the everything goes out. I might be able to delete something else that's taking up a lot of my memory. But she writes a statement. I come to work today. I'm like, I'm not going to even say nothing to her. I'm just going to do what I normally do, and I'm going to keep it pushing, right? Now, the other woman, she's off on Mondays. We haven't had no problems all last week. The week before that, she kind of questioned because I was picking up a heavy box that was like 50 pounds, and I dropped it in an APC cage, and it made some noise, and she was like, you come bend your knees and lay it in there? And I'm like, when she did that, I said, okay, that's the enemy. Because you don't even lift the heavy boxes. I do. And if I feel like I need to drop it in the cage, then that's what I need to do. All I said to her that day was, you're welcome to lift any boxes in here. And that was it. But that same week, She made some food. She offered it to me. So it wasn't really nothing. But today, I don't know if she talked to the other woman, but I know it's spiritual. And I'm going to tell you how this matches with every other spiritual work fight that I done had. When the enemy's using people that I